If you're negotiating your home purchase right now, the biggest mistake isn't asking for too much. It's not knowing what to ask for. Because when most buyers negotiate, they automatically think about repairs. And while repairs do matter, they're not the only or always the most strategic option. Seller concessions can be structured in multiple ways. And the way that you structure them can impact your monthly payment, your cash to close, or your long term financial comfort. Here's what usually happens: you go under contract, you complete the inspection, and issues do come up. So you request repairs. The seller agrees, negotiates, or they push back. There's nothing wrong with that. But here's the question most buyers never ask: is improving the house the most important thing right now? Or is improving your financial position more important? That's where the strategy comes in. When you negotiate, you're really choosing between three things: improving the house, improving your cash position, or improving your monthly payment. Let's walk through a simple example. Imagine that you negotiate $15,000 from the seller. That same $15,000 can be used in very different ways, and each choice creates a completely different outcome. You could ask for the seller to complete the repairs themselves, or you could request a repair credit and handle the work yourself. The advantage of taking the credit is control. You choose the contractor, you choose the quality, and you control the timing. Sometimes you can even complete the work for less and keep some money in your pocket. But either way, the focus is on improving the property. That's one strategy. Instead of focusing on the house, you could apply that same $15,000 towards your closing costs. And what does that do? It reduces how much money you have to bring to the closing table. That means more reserves, more liquidity, and more breathing room after you move in. And liquidity really matters because the first year of home ownership often comes with unexpected expenses. Sometimes protecting your cash is more important than fixing cosmetic items immediately. Now we shift to a different category. Instead of improving the house, instead of improving your cash position, you improve your monthly payment. There are generally two ways to do this. One of them is permanent and the other one is temporary. A permanent rate reduction uses seller concessions to lower your interest rate for the life of the loan. That lowers your payment long term. A temporary buy down, like a 2-1, lowers your payment during the first couple of years. For example, if your true interest rate is 5%, year 1 could be calculated at 3%, year 2 at 4%, and then it returns to 5%. It doesn't change your actual loan terms permanently, it just reduces what you pay early on. And that early breathing room can matter, especially in the first year when you're moving, buying furniture, adjusting to a new budget. Now, that doesn't mean it's right for everyone, but the point is, it's an option. And most buyers don't even realize this exists. I recently worked with a buyer who initially wanted to focus only on repairs. But once we looked at the bigger picture, we realized preserving cash and lowering the early payment gave them more peace of mind than fixing everything up front. They still address the important items, but we structured the concessions in a way that supported their financial comfort. And that's the difference between negotiating emotionally and negotiating strategically. Because here's the truth: you don't live in the interest rate, you live in the payment. And you don't just live in the house, you live in your financial reality every single month. Smart buyers don't just negotiate price, they negotiate structure. Once you submit an offer without understanding these options, you limit your leverage. Before you write an offer, it's worth understanding how seller concessions could impact your monthly payment, your cash to close, and your long-term strategy. This applies whether you're buying your first home or your fifth. And if you ever want to run through different structures before negotiating, just to see what makes the most sense for your situation, reach out. I'm happy to walk you through it. And if this kind of breakdown helps you think more clearly about buying a home, make sure you subscribe and share with anybody that could use this information. because I break down real estate and mortgage strategy in a way that actually makes sense. Clarity before the offer creates confidence after closing. And remember, you don't live in the interest rate, you live in the payment. Thank you for watching and see you next time.